everybody. We'll wait for some people to come in, and if not, that's fine too. It is the very first live on YouTube. We're taking a little drive. Just introduce myself. And as pure Northwest fashion, it's raining. Sitting about 48 degrees right now. It is 10:41 in the morning, Saturday. Taking a little cruise through the country. Checking out all the bloomed flowers. All the trees are blooming. All the little spring babies are being born. Anyways, let me introduce myself. My name is Kim, and I like to go out into nature, sometimes hike, sometimes go for walks, check out new things, go for drives in the country, check out new trails, and sometimes I'd like to take you guys along with me. So if that's something that you want to check out, go ahead and check out my channel. Today's just sort of an introductory video. I hope everybody's having a good day. Thank you for joining in. Herd of cows. True country fashion. And also Pacific Northwest fashion. It's raining. You guys have any places that you like to go in the Pacific Northwest? Drop them in the comments. Maybe we'll check it out. Today's not going to be a big adventure day because the weather's not so great. Coming up on a tractor. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen any road cows or horses on the road. That tends to happen a lot out here. Drop in the comments, tell me where you guys are from. Do you have to pass tractors where you're from? I know that's a country thing. bunch of sheep and stuff over in that field. Sorry about the windshield wipers. Can't wait for some of the snow to start melting so we can get up on some of the other hikes. I like to go to the fire lookouts and on a few of those. Do you have any favorite fire lookouts that you've been to? Now for context, I was almost 300 pounds 3 years ago. I decided to lose a bunch of weight, so I'm just now in the past few years actually got out before. Skyline Loop. Sorry, a little bit of buffer. Go up here and go to one of my favorite spots. It used to be owned by a family and then they sold it, so I haven't been back since they've gotten new owners. Green Valley Meats, for those of you that know. I'm just taking the long way around because I want to get out and take a drive. Take you past one of the houses that I actually grew up in. It was actually, sorry for the buffering. Anyways, back. A septic tank exploded and my grandpa basically rescued me. That was one of the first of many times in my life. This was before the Jessica McClure baby fell in the well. I fell into the septic tank hole, and he also had to get me out. So yeah, I've had a lot of close calls in my life. Let's just say I've almost used up all my 9 lives. And a few of them were in this house. Any of you guys have any close calls? I was also 3 years old, and for some strange reason I was wearing a snowsuit, and we had our tricycles, and we decided with my little uncle, he was like 4, to go ride our trikes in the little parking lot of the apartments. And the little sidewalk goes, you know, people drive on it, and somebody hit me and my tricycle flipped over me and I was stuck under a 1970s style van and dragged down the road. And my grandpa seen sparks flying out the back of the van and chased the van down the road, and luckily I didn't even have a scratch on me. So yeah, I used up many of my lives while I was very young. Well, farm on the left, they have pumpkin patch, bunny patches, all kinds of things for people to do. Thomason Farms. hello to everybody that popped in. Just going on a little drive. One of my little childhood neighborhoods. Gonna go by one of the houses that I grew up in. Enumclaw, Washington. And no, I don't need horse jokes in the comments, guys. For those of you know, you know. For those of you that you don't need to Google it. All the trees are blooming for spring. Morning to all the new people that are coming in. Thanks for joining. This is my first ever YouTube live, by the way, everybody. Just kind of a little welcome video. Go for a little drive. Show you guys some of the little areas that I'm from too. I actually learned how to drive a stick shift on this hill, and I cried. I had to be to work, and my aunt said, "You want to go to work? Here's the keys," and threw them at me, and I had to go up this hill, and the car kept dying, and I kept crying because I was so frustrated, but I got to work on time, and I learned how to drive a stick shift. Okay, so this all right here was my grandpa's property, and now down there was the house that I grew up on. This is all their property too. So we definitely spent a lot of times in the woods. There's also a little creek that runs right below the house, so we spent a lot of time in the creek. Buffering, I'm so sorry. Service out here does suck. Anyways, we would float all the way to Auburn on our inner tubes. And it would take, roughly 6-7 hours or so, depending on if you got out and stopped. There's also a beach back there that we would stop. We called it Bear Bottle Beach. Just always what we called it. Other people call it other things. But we would also walk all the way down this road, all the way to Green Valley Meats to go get our pickle. And I wouldn't change it for nothing growing up that time in the country as a kid. When your parents left the porch light on, and that's when you knew your ass had to be home. First time I ever wrecked a car. Not really wrecked it, but ran around that corner a little too fast in the wintertime one time. Yeah, let's just say didn't work out so great. Didn't damage the car much, but Learned real quick. How are you guys doing today? I hope everybody's having a good day. How's the weather where you're at? Is it sunny? Is it raining? Temperature's not too bad. We're sitting about 50 degrees. So. There's a farm up here that has a bunch of Highland cows, and they're just beautiful. Enjoying my little drive. I don't see if the cows in the first pasture. Spotty service area. As you can tell, no cell towers out here. I love doing this drive. Nice little peaceful drive. Looks like we've got some new houses popping up over here. Beautiful houses. And of course, the rain is not going to let up any. I figured you guys would like watching the view instead of staring at me while I drive, so let you guys see where we're going. I love all these old trees too. From somebody who didn't slow down enough. Those trees will get you in the night if you're not paying attention. Still got pumpkins in that field. Came around this road one time like 3 years ago in the summertime, and and there was a cow just standing on the side of the road. So I had to leave her because she wouldn't come with me, but I walked down to all these little farms to find out who she belonged to, and found out she belonged over here somewhere, and the guy called the owners and had to come down and wrangle her back into the field. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen any rando cows or horses out on the road today, or even dogs. Usually see a lot of that when I'm out driving around here. In fact, for a while, me and my best friend drove around with like dog supplies, cat supplies, and things like that for random animals that we would find and have to pick up and take to the shelter. So we were prepared. We spent one night up by Crystal Mountain on one of the side roads for like 4 hours waiting for the sheriff to show up for this pit bull that had been running for hours that day. People had been posting all over the page, and we went up there to go drive to see if we could find it, and we spotted it and sat down for an hour. Finally got the dog to come to us to treats, and by the time the damn sheriff showed up, the damn dog just hopped right in our car. So we ended up taking it all the way to the shelter. That dog got adopted, got a new home. Over the bridge, the river down there that comes to the field. Anybody have any exciting plans for the weekend? Anything fun? Or even not so fun? I worked all night last night, and I took an hour nap, and then I got up so I could go on the drive. So I have half of a day technically to get chores done. I have all day tomorrow to do something fun or chores or spur of the moment event. Usually happens on Sundays. You guys will probably get a lot of lives on Sundays because that's usually the day that I have the most time. And we are almost to Green Valley Meats. The green building is a clear giveaway. We can stop for a moment. I'll flip the camera and say hi. FYI, these guys also have homemade sourdough bread now. But I came for the pickle. Alright, let's flip this around. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. I want to say thank you for everybody who subscribed so I could finally go live. That shit took forever, not gonna lie. I've had this damn page since 2015. I didn't actively post for a long time. A lot of you don't know, but I did have a friend that was murdered, and that's when I originally started the page. It was going to be because I wanted to put some of the stuff from the search and pictures and things like that, but I didn't. I kept all that private. It's not even on my page until recently. I think it was the 9-year anniversary or 10-year anniversary. I posted some of the pictures of Nicole. But anyways, so it's just kind of turned into a page of fun things to do. Almost 50, so decided to get out and actually see things. I also was almost 300 pounds, so I couldn't do a lot of things. Now I can. So gone on hikes and things that I've never done before. So if you have anything where you've gone, maybe local to the Pacific Northwest, that's Washington, Idaho even, Oregon, things like that. I've gone to Oregon recently a couple times. Idaho, I haven't been in a while. We went to Silverwood, but that was pretty fun. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in. But other than that, I hope everybody has a great day. This was an introductory live, kind of a test. And most of my lives will be on Sundays, like I said before. And I hope that everybody has a good day. So I'm going to try to end this live. And I will see you guys later. Let me figure out where the end button is. Alright. Let's flip around to Green Valley again. Let's go to my settings. Alrighty. Bye.